හොඳයි ඊළඟට පිටුවංකය 29 මේ 12 පොතේ IELTS book number 12 page number 29 එකේ speaking questions වල තවත් speaking question එකක් මම පැහැදිලි කරන්න බලන්නේ. So if you catch a cold what do you do to help you feel better කියලා අහනවා. If you catch a cold what do you do to help you feel better? ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාට හෙම්බිරිසාවක් වගේ හැදුනොත් මොනවද ඔයා කරන්නේ ඒක සමනය කරගන්න කියලා අහන්නේ. එතකොට මේ ගැනත් අපි ක්ෂණිකව අපි දීර්ඝ වශයෙන් කතා කරන්න අපිට මේ පිළිබඳ පොඩි හොඳ අවබෝධයක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. You need to have a good understanding about it. So otherwise if you do not have a proper prior preparation මේ කියන්නේ පූර්ව සූදානමක් නැත්නම් සමහරට කතා කරන්න අමාරුයි. එතකොට අපි මේ වගේ ඒ කියන්නේ මේ හැම එකක්ම නෙමෙයි අපි මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න 25කට 30කට විතර අපි පූර්ව සූදානම් වුණාම අපිට ඕන එකට මොන හරි දෙයක් කියා ගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. So you develop the ability to say something to whatever the question you are asked. ඔබෙන් අහන ඕනම ප්‍රශ්නයකට ඔබට යමක් කියා ගැනීමේ හැකියාව තියෙනවා. So you have the ability to say something what you are asked about what you are asked when you are in the examination. So in the IELTS examination and when you are in the IELTS examination, so different types of questions are asked from you. So whatever the question you are asked actually, so you have the ability to say something and continue to say something if you have a prior preparation for about 25-30 of these type of questions. So right, okay. එතකොට මේකේ question එක තමයි if you catch a cold what do you do to help you feel better? If you catch a cold ඒ කියන්නේ හෙම්බිරිසාවක් වගේ හැදුනොත් මොනවද ඔයා කරන්නේ එක සමනය කරගන්න කියන එක. එතකොට මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නකදී අපිට පුළුවන්කම well actually there are a large number of things that we do. Actually first thing is actually we do some steaming and in addition to that actually we also drink hot water. So most of the times our parents, sometimes mother or father, sometimes they boil water and they let us drink drink that water actually, so that helps us to actually feel better. But in addition to that there are also several types of decoctions කියලා කියන්නේ කසාය වර්ගය පස්පංගු එහෙමනේ. So we prepare in our home domestically. So they are actually available you can buy them as packets in from the shops. And after that you can you can boil them in your house. And so what we do is actually we drink several times. So even then actually still we do not feel better. So we sometimes consult a doctor, and when we consult a doctor, the doctor sometimes prescribe the necessary medication. So when we continue to take those medical treatments for a couple of days, we begin to feel better. So sometimes this cold is disease which sometimes troubles us, and sometimes we can't concentrate on our studies as well as sometimes we feel extremely uneasy when we get this disease. Even though it's not a very serious disease, but there are some people who sometimes frequently fall ill as a result of this the cold. So therefore for such people actually they sometimes keep these things in their home, and they usually know what they should do if they catch a cold. So therefore actually so there are a lot of things actually that we do in our home domestically before taking medical treatments. එතකොට ඊළඟට අහනවා do you pay attention to public information about health කියලා අහනවා. Do you pay attention? ඔයා මේ අවධානය යොමු කරනවද public information about health? මේ සෞඛ්‍ය පිළිබඳ මේ මහජන ඒ කියන්නේ මොනවාද මේ පොදු තොරතුරු රාජ්‍ය ඒ කියන්නේ අර පොදු ස්ථානවල එහෙම දක්වලා තියෙන ඩෙන්ගු මාරාන්තිකයි වගේ අන්න ඒ වගේ. So do you pay attention to public information about health? එතකොට yes, of course I pay attention to public information about health. For example, so there are sometimes banners displayed to keep our environment clean. So we need to pay attention to those public information about health, because if we do not keep our environment clean, sometimes a lot of germs and the disease is spreading, the insects such as mosquitoes can breed, and as a result of that we can fall prey or victim to diseases such as dengue, malaria, and also a lot of other types of diseases which are carried by different types of insects. So therefore we need to pay attention to public information about health. And in addition to that actually so the diseases such as AIDS are also actually spreading all over the world, and as a result of there are a lot of public information displayed in places in various type of places to prevent and avoid this disease. So we also need to pay attention to that type of information, as well as in addition to that there are also information displayed about diseases such as the different types of venereal diseases. We need to pay attention to and follow the instructions displayed there. In addition to that, also there are some information displayed about the snakes. Actually, sometimes the snakes also take the lives of people in large numbers a year all over the world. So but also the information relevant to what precautions that we should follow if a snake bites us, also actually displayed in different type of places in our country. So we need to especially in health centers where such as public health officers and hospitals. So therefore we need to take sufficient attention to these different types of food, the different type of health information published in places such as the hospitals and other places to avoid various types of diseases. So therefore actually health information are extremely important, and they have been displayed for our own benefit and our own welfare. So we need to pay special attention to them. So therefore actually personally I definitely pay attention to those public health information. ඒ වගේ අපිට ඒ පිළිබඳ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපිට ඕන එක නැහැ කියලා කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්කමක් තියෙනවා. හරි, ඒකත් එහෙමයි. එතකොට කොහොම කතා කරත් ලකුණු හම්බ වෙනවා. So if you speak well and if you speak sufficiently in a satisfactory level about the negative side of it also, you have the ability to get marks, because what you say in the examination is not very important. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයා මොනවද කියන්නේ කියන එක විභාගේ වැදගත් නැහැ. But what is important is වැදගත් වෙන්නේ whether you say something. මොනවාරි දෙයක් කියනවද කියන එක තමයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. If you say whatever it is, so you get marks. ඔබට මොනවා කීවත් ඔබ යමක් කතා කරොත් එහෙනම් ඔබට ලකුණු හම්බ වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ what could you do to have a healthier lifestyle? What could you do? ඔයාලට මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්නේ කියලා අහනවා. To have a healthier lifestyle, වඩාත් නිරෝගී ජීවන රටාවක් ගෙනියන්න ඔබට කළ හැක්කේ කුමක්ද කියලා අහනවා. So what could you do to have a healthier lifestyle? හොඳයි බලන්න. Well, actually there are a lot of things that we need to do to have a healthier lifestyle. So one thing is actually the types of food items we eat. We need to take sufficient care about the types of food items we eat, and we need to take a balanced diet. For example, a lot of people in the world today actually do not take a balanced diet. Their diets do not contain sufficient amount of fruits or sufficient amount of the starch which you need to generate energy, and also the sufficient amount of proteins as well as sufficient amount of vitamins. So that is actually a big problem. And also a lot of people are addicted to eating food items which contain a lot of fat, and also especially these junk food items which are not prepared most of the times under sufficient hygienic conditions. So this is actually a big problem in Sri Lanka as well as a lot of other countries such as India and the other countries. So as a result of that, actually a lot of people sometimes fall ill, but we need to actually take especially healthier food items, and in when it comes to actually healthier food items, and when we talk about healthier food items, actually we need to eat sufficient amount of fruits. So fruits contain the essential vitamins and also actually sometimes minerals that our human body needs. So therefore, but we don't see actually a lot of people eat sufficient amount of fruits. And towards the rural areas of Sri Lanka, if we take for example, so a lot of people actually sometimes never eat fruits, and this is actually a big tragedy. So especially, so sometimes the young children, sometimes they eat fruits and berries which are available in their home gardens, but adults actually they do not have a habit of eating fruits. But everyone needs to have a habit of eating fruits, because fruits give us the essential amount of vitamins and also the minerals that our human body needs. Therefore, we need to pay special attention to the types of food we eat. We have actually in Sri Lanka we have a very healthy food culture, so we need to adhere to those traditional food items such as the different types of yams and jackfruit, and also the food items that we can find from our environment. So if we do not take actually sufficient care about it, definitely there is a big possibility of falling seriously ill. So therefore let us therefore it is very important that we take healthy food items. Right. දැන් බලන්න අපිට මේ වගේ දීර්ඝ වශයෙන් මේ පිළිබඳ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ නිසා ඉතින් ඔබට මේකේ ගයිඩ් එකක් පමණයි මම මේ ඔබට දෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඔබට පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා නිර්මාණශීලීව තව මේවට මේ පිළිතුරු වලට අදහස් ඇතුල් කරන්න. So this is actually you can take this as a guide, and also you can add a lot of other information into these questions, and you can make and prepare your own speech for that. So prepare well for the examination, as this is also really interesting. So learning IELTS is really interesting. IELTS ඉගෙන ගන්න එක ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් interesting දෙයක්. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා මේක ටිකක් මහන්සි වුණාම දවස් 10ක් 15ක් සමහරවිට ඔබට සාමාන්‍ය ඉංග්‍රීසි knowledge එකක් තියෙනවනේ. දවස් 15ක් විතර හොඳට මහන්සි වුණොත් මේක කරගන්න පුළුවන්. However, the number of days that you should work and that you should train yourself depends on the level of English knowledge you already have. ඔයාලා ළඟ තියෙන English knowledge එක අනුව තමයි ඒක අප කොච්චර දවස් ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරනවද කියන එක තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. කොහොමවත් ටිකක් මේක අවබෝධයෙන් කරන්න ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන එක තමයි ගොඩක් හොඳ. ඉතින් අවබෝධයෙන් ඇත්තට මේක කරගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. So you definitely have the ability to do this with a good understanding about it. හොඳ අවබෝධයකින් මේක කරගැනීම හැකියාව පැහැදිලිවම ඔබට තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා බය වෙන්න එපා. මේ විභාගයට අමාරු විභාගයක් නෙමෙයි මේක. දවස් 15ක් 20ක් හොඳට පුහුණු වෙලා කරගැනීමේ හැකියාව තියෙන විභාගයක්.